Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the 11th look in my Black Zodiac series, which is The Beast. So if you like to see what I do, just keep on watching. Okay, some quick info on The Beast. It's from January 20th through February 18th, and it coincides with Aquarius. The small description is, dwell in the dark long enough and you shall become darkness itself. The Beast knows and accepts the evil inside him. You can point this evil in any direction, yet you would rather point it inwards than set it loose on the people you care about. You are the master of your demons. You consume fury, pain, and despair like a bitter drug. Okay. And with just going off of the name The Beast in general, I kind of wanted to do maybe like slightly werewolf-ish makeup. Not like full-on like super hairy or anything like that, but like inspired by. That's why I have yet to do my brows. I'm going to be going into my brows first using the e.l.f. brow cream in the shade Espresso. And I'm going to fill them in where they're kind of like angled up right here, and then also like where the arch comes up like this. And if you hear a bunch of noise in the background, like some like crinkling, that is my dog on top of my shoe organizer. So there's that.
This is the future.
Okay, so they're pretty even. And now I'm going to go into my eyes. I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place The Warrior 2 palette, which looks like this. I've used this once before to review, so I figure why not just use it for this. I'm going to go into the shade... Should we just dive right into a slightly darker shade? Yeah. I'm going to go into the shade Yodit. And I'm taking a Lexi 229 tapered blending brush for this. And then I'm going to run this into my crease. I'm going to bring it fairly far into the inner curve right here of my brow bone. I'm also bringing it fairly high up. Now for the lower lash line. What I want to do is kind of like do a drastic like so I'm going to just do that. It's going to look weird until I get a lot more of it built up color wise and sharpened. Okay, next I'm going to go into the shade Kufuru, I don't know. But I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm going to put it in the same exact areas, just not as high. Then once I get it fairly blended, I am going to build it up just a little lower. And then for the lower lash line, I am going to switch brushes. I'm going to switch to this like slightly flat but slightly fluffy brush from the Vintage Cosmetics Company, Step 1. Taking that same shade. And then dragging it along here, and then also blending. Okay, I'm not going to go straight into the black because I don't think I want to do black around the eyes, but I am going to go into the shade Walzana, which is like this like charcoal gray with like kind of cool toned here. I think I'm going to take that same brush I used for my lower lash line, just so I could get more control. And then I'm going to run this into my crease. Now I'm just going to take this brush from before to soften up the edges. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to grab something smaller. I'm going to grab this small detail brush from Wet n Wild and take in that same shade Walzana. Forgot to eat breakfast again. My stomach is growling. So that I have something like this. And now what I think I want to do is I do want to cut my crease off of camera just so it doesn't take up too much time. Yeah. And then, and finish off this eye as well, and then do that, and then I will be right back. Okay, now I'm going to go into the shade Zazz to set my concealer. And then I'm going to take this first blending brush that I used and just lightly sweep it back and forth. Right here to blend. Okay, so I did just line my eyes with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in black as well. And before I do any more eyeliner detail, I'm going to take this brush right here and I'm going to go into my Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette. And I'm going to take this shade first and I'm going to contour along the sides of my nose with it. Also going to put a bunch along the ball of my nose here as well, because I'm going to be putting black on there later. I just don't want it to look too stark. Okay, now I'm going to go into this shade right next to it, the slightly darker shade, and do the same thing. Just keep it a lot more localized. Okay, now I'm going to do eyeliner here. I'm going to just kind of bring the inner portion curved downward to a point. And then at the outer corner of my eye here, I'm just going to put a little line. Just a little one along that area. Okay, now I'm going to do pretty much the same thing I did for contouring my nose to contour my jaw. I'm going to do a really sharp and attached contour, but I'm going to primarily be using, I think I'm only going to actually be using my Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Palette. I'm going to first take my complexion brush from Alamar Cosmetics, which is an angled fluffy brush, and dip into that first shade. I'm going to have this act as the blush as well. Go up along the temples, along the cheeks. I'm going to put a little on my forehead because the wig I'm going to be using today is a lace front. It's one of the ones I reviewed, the auburn curly one. So I want my forehead to match, of course. I'm also going to brush this on my jawline. And instead of like where the normal contour is, I'm doing it like above on the actual face part of my face. Not like the underside. I'm going to put a little on the underside as well, just to help with blending later. Okay, now going into this warmer color on the side again, I'm taking my small contouring brush from Luxie. And now I'm going to really carve out my cheeks and my jaw. And then for my jaw, and then just a small amount along the temples, I think. Come on, hair, cooperate. Okay, now I'm going to do the nose, and I think I'm just going to go in with this detail brush I used earlier. And then the black shade out of this palette, it's called Shawata. And I'm going to do the nose.
Evolution. This is the future.
I'm going to grab some concealer and fix how big this is. Maybe I will take that Zaz shade, which is the light white out of the palette, and just pop it on top here. And then take some of that matte bronzing powder. I think I kind of fixed it a little, but it's kind of grayish, but oh well. Okay. Why do I feel like this is going like deerish and not as wolfish as I wanted it to? Part of me is wondering if I should do like some kind of hairs, but then I don't want it to look too I don't know. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I am going to add some like fake hair, even though I feel like it might mess it up. I just feel like I look too much like a deer, and it's really starting to bug me. So, yeah. I'm going to take this detail brush, and I'm going to take a combination of the shades Yodit and Kafari. I'll be flip-flopping back and forth between them and just doing some lines, and then I might add a darker shade. But yeah, I will speed this process up.
Evolution.
Okay, so I guess I didn't turn out horribly, but I don't want to overdo it for sure, so I'm going to keep it there. Oh, dang it, the lipstick I need is in my living room. I will be right back. Okay, so for my bottom lip, I'm going to be going into the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in the shade Caramel Cake. Oh, and then after I do this, my lips too, I'm going to throw on my lashes and a wig, so... And then for my top lip, I'm going into the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in the shade Widow's Peak. So I'm going to throw it on. Sorry, trying to not let my lips touch because they're not dry yet. I'm going to put on my wig and eyelashes. Oh no! Okay. I'm going to be throwing on a pair of lashes, what do you call them? WLEC Beauty lashes in the style F36. And yeah, I will be right back. Okay, so here is the final look. I'm kind of digging it with the wig. The eyes and everything. So yeah. Whew. Might have to pin this part back. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already, or if you want to, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.